I've been obliterating niggas for years. Is this about a verse or is this about a career?
I just told my young buck I'm gonna give him a deal if he bites you. You ain't even got enough money to talk to me. You're not even allowed to be talking to me in any type of way like that. I'ma spare you. You heard your joke to me, but my young boy ain't gonna spare you.
Niggas will walk you down ASAP. Don't get it confused, bro.
Tonight we gonna walk him. Matter of fact, tonight we gonna. I told him I'm gonna give him a deal.
Niggas will walk you down, bro. ASAP. It is already up. Green light is on your fucking mata. We on you, bro. You shitting me?
And then to diss me on it was stupid. A real drug dealer? Y'all gonna diss a real drug dealer? A nigga that really sold drugs on a song? And Kiss, you spit the verse, you got Jadakiss and Fat Joe as your backup dancers.
Eating like it's dinner time. Niggas will cross you before the finish line. Put something hot on them like it's winter time.
Hey, they came to your premises, they came there to finish it. Brains hang frivolous when my anger exhibited. Death is at your front door, a stranger presented it.
Spesh did a song with Jadakiss and the Butcher.
The song called Sunday School.
And it's 38 Spesh said he killed everybody on the song.
I did a record with Benny and Kiss, and I happen to have the best verse on the record. I smoked the record.
That's why Jadakiss don't want to do a song, because he had the best verse.
I'm trying to see this business, man. But you know, I'm about to go in the lab. I'm about to do some samurai swording. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They ask for it. I try to be a father, a businessman, but they want to bring me out of my element.
What started as a simple debate over one verse was about to turn into a full New York rap standoff. At the center of it were Jadakiss and 38 Spesh.
No, toma.
Two respected lyricists from different generations, both convinced their pen was sharper. Spesh had already said he believed he out-rapped Kiss on their shared record, then challenged him to come back outside and prove otherwise. At first, Jadakiss did not give him a full response. He stayed quiet, let the talk build, and waited for the right beat. Then, the bars started landing. On one record, Kiss appeared to dismiss the idea that Spesh was even worth the price of a verse.
Shouts to 38, you heard? Yeah. Hey, he might need an F&N with a switch. He gotta change his whole name to fuck with Jada.
But the line that really made people pay attention came on Fat Joe and DJ Khaled's record with Stove God Cooks on the hook. Jadakiss rapped, "I've been obliterating for years. Is this about a verse or is this about a career?" He never said 38 Spesh by name, but after Spesh had spent weeks talking about their verse, almost everybody knew exactly where that shot was aimed. That was classic Jadakiss strategy. No long speech, no angry interview, and no direct name drop.
38 Special, he shouldn't, like, I respect what he did. He's in the game. Yeah. Niggas gotta go. Come on, bro. You heard?
It's levels.
You dig? And 38 Special is nice. You heard? Like, I dig it and shit like that. You dig? But come on, bro.
It's levels.
You dig? Like, you dig? Come on, bro. This, you dig? But I get it. You dig? But but once again, that's only because niggas not boxing enough. You heard?
They not updating that resume.
Need to get back in the boxing. He gotta get back in the booth. He gotta get back in the booth. He gotta show us something. That's all I keep saying.
Somebody else called him out too recently.
That's 38, nigga.
Oh, yeah,
38.
He's from upstate, right?
Yeah, Buffalo, some shit like that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, without 38, you heard? And shouts to 38, you heard?
Yeah.
Hey. He might need an F&N with a switch. He got to change his whole name to fuck with Jada. Like at 38, come on, how many bullets?
You my man,
but you gonna need the F&N with the and the switch with the button and you gonna need some of that type of shit. You heard? I don't think you got enough ammo in your arsenal or enough years to playing with these guns to really be, you know what I mean? Shooting at a marksman like that, you dig? Like, but then again,
38, don't go at Jim now. Yeah, no. There you go.
What's going on? You heard it first here.
I'm not even into that. I would suggest nobody do that. You heard? Like don't get into that. Like especially if you're fresh like that. You heard? Like if your drip, your shit ain't fucking together.
Man.
let's you did?
You didn't have a tank top.
We ain't gonna go with the balls, bro. Like if you look like you don't wear a tank top under your t-shirt, you can definitely disqualify. You heard? If you lace your Nike boots all the way to the top hole, you dig like you look like you just a lot of this like you dig like I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that's what 38 Spesh do. I'm just saying like you dig like.
He reduced the whole argument to one brutal question. Are they comparing a single performance or decades of proven work? To Kiss, Spesh might have won a moment, but that did not erase battles, albums, freestyles, features, and years of surviving every era of New York rap. It was a calm response, but the message carried weight. That is when Jim Jones stepped into the conversation. Jim gave Spesh credit and admitted he could rap, but he still made it clear that he believed there were levels to this game. In Jim's view, challenging Jadakiss was like stepping into the ring with a veteran marksman without enough rounds in the chamber. He even joked that Spesh might need to change his whole name, upgrade his arsenal, and fix his outfit before trying to stand across from Kiss. The jokes made the clip entertaining, but they also changed the temperature. Jim was no longer simply discussing who had the better verse. He was clowning Spesh's image, his clothes, and the way he carried himself. That mattered because Spesh was talking strictly about bars, while Jim turned it into a question of status, experience, and presentation. There was also a little irony in Jim's position. He wanted rappers to compete again and said veterans needed to get back in the booth, yet when Spesh challenged one of the biggest names, Jim quickly reminded him that some doors might be above his level.
And then to diss me on it was stupid. A real drug dealer? Y'all gonna diss a real drug dealer? A nigga that really sold drugs on a song? And Kiss, you spit the verse, you got Khaled and Fat Joe as your backup dancers.
Spesh heard every word, and he was not about to let those jokes slide without answering back. 38 Spesh did not let the conversation cool down for long. Once he sat down to address everything, he made it clear that Jadakiss's two slick lines were not enough to settle the argument. In Spesh's eyes, this started with one simple claim. He believed he had the better verse on their shared record, and he wanted Kiss to come back with a full verse that proved him wrong. A quick bar here and another line there did not feel like redemption to him. Spesh also shut down the idea that he heard Jadakiss's verse first and then went home to write something special.
Address what's going on.
Oh, nah, yeah, I would love to address it all, man.
This whole Jadakiss, this whole you and Jadakiss thing, and you called out Kiss, and it online is crazy, on my Instagram is crazy, on Twitter it's still crazy. I think it's actually getting stronger right now.
Especially
I thought it was about to die.
Days.
Yeah.
The last 4 days, and we were like, this is gonna die down. Then it went up again. Yeah. Then the last 4 days, it's just been nothing but slander.
Then
we're getting the alerts. I'm like, nigga.
Then they said he spit some bars at you, supposedly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what you got to say about that? I mean, I'm curious.
It was on 2 different records.
2 different records.
Big Daddy Kane freestyle, he took a shot.
Mm-hmm.
It was, he said, you ain't get the verse because you ain't worth the fee. On the Fat Joe record?
Yes.
He took a shot. He said, is this about a verse or is this about a career? I want to ask y'all something, though.
Oh, we're talking.
Why do you think he took 2 shots?
I don't know. I'm just spectating right now because I honestly didn't think it was going to go this far. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What would make you think he took 2 shots?
First, you know, his first initial shot was, it wasn't on the record. Don't do no more interviews. Holla at me.
I didn't hear that one.
Yes, he said that when they approached him about 38.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
I didn't hear that.
I heard that. He was saying it jokingly.
The one I heard was like, they about to make me come out of retirement. I heard that one.
But we got here because I said I had the better verse on the song. Mm-hmm. I said, come redeem yourself. Taking a shot is not a form of redemption. Hold up, though, God.
What is he supposed to do?
Hold on. Relax for a second.
Okay.
Here this nigga go.
Listen. That's one ball. To a nigga that called you out and said, I smoked you. Relax.
Okay.
I already smoked you.
Yeah.
Now let's get this understood. How did that happen? Because a lot of people, I read the comments, they like, oh, he heard Jadakiss, and then he went and wrote his best rap. That's how he. Nah, actually, it was just another day in the office. I never knew Jadakiss was gonna be on the record. Jadakiss never knew I was gonna be on the record. I was sending a verse to my homeboy. He was sending a verse to my homeboy. Then we heard it together. It was just another day in the office. That's just how I perform. I'm happy to make it out of the streets, homie. I'm not glorifying that shit. Now, let's talk about the song. I think it was a bad idea. Let me tell you why I think it was.
Which song are you talking about? The
Fat Joe,
DJ Khaled
I think it was a bad idea.
Why was it not a good song or a bad
Well, let me tell you why
song?
I think it was a bad idea. And I don't know who idea was. Maybe it was Fat Joe's. But to sit there and have 50-year-old men making a song about the aroma of drugs is not too appealing, my nigga. Like, who are y'all trying to aim for? Like, y'all niggas should be making songs about, like, the prescription drugs y'all taking to stay alive and shit. As a, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Like peptides and shit. You niggas should be rapping about peptides and motherfucking AARP and shit like that. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas talking about the aroma of drugs? Like, we old as a bitch. Y'all niggas 10, 15 years older than me. Talking about the aroma of drugs. Who idea was that? No, I just wanted to get back to the shot. Back to the shot. Second, the first shot. Ain't get the first because you ain't worth the fee. Ain't worth what fee? He said, I ain't get the verse because I ain't worth the fee. What fee? All right, man, we gonna stop that, man. I got that shit off my chest. Oh, and Jim Jones too, you nigga. I seen that shit you said about me, nigga.
Oh, what did Jimmy say?
Yeah, he did.
Sometimes we need to just mind our business and not speak. The man said, first off, he said, he don't think how many shots of 38 hold? First off, don't speak on guns, you don't know how many motherfucking bullets they hold. Oh, he need to come with something, he ain't ready for Jada. Then they said something about.
He said you need more bullets.
But
for
then,
top 5? You don't think so?
But then he said something about my tank top, not wearing a tank top under my hoodie that day. Like, we ain't catch that. But then said, oh, you know, you can't, if your drip ain't right, you really can't battle me, especially if you not wearing tank tops under your hoodies and shit like that. Bro, we talking about bars, we ain't talking about drip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here we go back to these old ass men talking about the wrong shit. I ain't talking about drip, nigga. We talking about houses and assets. Why is we talking about what a nigga wearing? What another man wearing? Or don't have on a tank top?
That's a real question. These niggas are friends. You think that he's gonna go against Jadakiss?
I didn't say go against Jada.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say go against Jada.
So what was he supposed to do in your mind? Just mind his business, I ain't got nothing to do with it?
Yeah.
Why? That's my man. You my man. If somebody say, yo,
It's
if
a
somebody
difference
say
between
something
giving
about you, I'm not gonna just let nobody say
nothing. It's a difference between giving your opinion and being funny. All right?
But I didn't see the piece.
You ain't see it, so you ain't see it. Everybody else will agree that was just being funny. You know what I mean? Let me answer. But on some real shit, this is what I got to say about that. Jim, you ain't qualified to speak on this. This about niggas with balls. It's about niggas that know how to rap with balls. You've never been mentioned in that conversation. Nobody never said Jim Jones smoked everybody on the track. You ain't qualified to speak on this. This is for niggas that really know how to rap, that got balls. And we leave that like that.
According to him, neither artist knew the other would appear on the record. Both verses were sent separately to the same person, and they only heard the finished song afterward. Spesh said it was simply another day at work for him, which made his claim even colder. He was not saying he prepared for Kiss, he was saying that was his normal level. That explanation gave the rivalry a sharper edge. Spesh was not hiding behind hype or pretending the matchup had been planned. He genuinely believed he walked into the same song without warning and still came out stronger. That is why Jadakiss's career line did not move him. Kiss was pointing at decades of success, while Spesh kept dragging the debate back to the actual verse. Then Spesh turned his attention toward the Fat Joe and DJ Khaled record. Instead of only answering the diss, he questioned the whole direction of the song. He joked that older artists should not still be making records centered around the smell of drugs, especially when everyone involved had already survived that lifestyle and moved into a different stage of life. It was disrespectful, but it also showed Spesh was ready to attack more than one bar. Fat Joe and DJ Khaled were not the main targets though. The moment Jim Jones came up, Spesh's tone changed completely. He had heard Jim joke that he needed more ammunition, better clothes, and even a tank top before trying to compete with Jadakiss. Spesh did not see that as friendly commentary, he saw it as Jim trying to clown him while protecting his friend. Spesh answered by drawing a hard line between image and ability. He said the debate was about bars, not outfits, jewelry, or who looked cleaner on camera. Then he hit Jim where he knew it would sting, saying Jim had never been placed in the same lyrical conversation as elite punchline rappers. That line changed everything. Spesh was no longer only challenging Jadakiss, he had now questioned Jim Jones's right to even judge the matchup, and Jim was not about to sit back after being dismissed like that. The moment 38 Spesh said Jim Jones was not qualified to speak on bars, the whole situation jumped to another level.
I just told my young buck I'm gonna give him a deal if he bites you. You ain't even got enough money to talk to me. You're not even allowed to be talking to me in any type of way like that. I'm gonna spare you. You heard your joke to me, but my young boy ain't gonna spare you.
Niggas will walk you down ASAP. Don't get it confused, bro.
Tonight we gonna walk
you
on.
down.
Matter of fact, tonight we gonna. I told him I'm gonna give him a deal.
Niggas will walk you down, bro. ASAP. It's already up. Green light is on your fucking mata. We on you, bro. You shitting me?
And then to diss me on it was stupid. A real drug dealer? Y'all gonna diss a real drug dealer? A nigga that really sold drugs on a song? And Kiss, you spit the verse, you got Khaled and Fat Joe as your backup dancers?
Up until then, this could still be treated like a lyrical debate built around Jadakiss and one disputed verse. But once Spesh questioned Jim's place in the conversation, Jim took it as straight disrespect. Jim did not respond by breaking down rhyme schemes or comparing records. Instead, he leaned into status, money, and hierarchy. His message was simple. Spesh was not on his level, did not have the same reach, and should not be speaking to him like an equal. That changed the energy immediately, because Jim was no longer defending Jadakiss. He was defending his own name. That was the first major shift. Spesh had tried to keep the argument centered on rap ability, but Jim pushed it into a much wider power struggle. In Jim's eyes, this was not only about who could rap better, it was about who had built more, who carried more weight in the business, and who had people ready to step in when his name got tested. Then, Jim introduced another twist. Instead of promising a full response record himself, he said one of his younger artists could handle Spesh. He even suggested that giving the young rapper that assignment could earn him a deal. That was a slick move because it allowed Jim to dismiss Spesh while still raising the stakes. The message was basically, you are not important enough for me, but I have somebody hungry enough to come at you. That line added real tension. It sounded less like friendly competition and more like Jim was turning one insult into a full camp response. Still, the smartest way to read it is as heated rap talk unless anything beyond music is actually confirmed. In hip-hop, strong language can blur the line fast, especially when pride, reputation, and public disrespect are all mixed together. What made Jim's reaction even more interesting was that he never really answered Spesh's main criticism. Spesh said Jim was discussing clothes instead of bars. Jim answered by discussing money, status, and who could respond for him. That gave Spesh even more room to say Jim was avoiding the lyrical argument. But Jim clearly was not trying to win a technical debate. He was trying to remind Spesh that challenging Jadakiss was one thing, while disrespecting Jim Jones opened a completely different door. Once Jim made it clear that his young artist was ready to step forward, the story stopped being one rapper calling out another and started looking like a bigger team versus team situation. Jim Jones did not have to wait long for somebody from his side to answer. After telling 38 Spesh that one of his younger artists could handle the situation, a response track surfaced. And suddenly Jim's warning did not sound like empty talk anymore. The record was packed with aggressive street imagery, loyalty talk, and warnings aimed at anybody disrespecting the crew. However, the biggest message was not hidden inside one specific punchline. The entire song felt designed to show that Jim had people around him who were ready to defend his name without him needing to record a verse himself.
For my pops and my mother's side, never get that shit confused. Playing with them names, I ain't got shit to lose. That disrespect has put me in a different mood. 40 sing a different tune, sweeping up his block. Forget the broom, be on the other side before it hit the news. Careful when you roll out. The election, they got them poles out. Try walking in my shoes, take your soul out. Backing like a Kia White. Devil don't get him, I think the Reaper might. It's getting kinda hard for me to sleep at night. Check, see if the door is locked. Make your hood more than hot. Early morning, see my man cook up in the coffee pot. Let him know the streets is cold and they play dirty. You better leave him alone. You hear the feds tapping through the speakerphone. Now they got him laying low. Streets of the church, thinking which way to go. You better pick a side. You can't be playing both. Eating like it's dinner time. Niggas will cross you before the finish line. Put something hot on them like it's winter time. You should move accordingly, cause crossing my niggas wasn't taught to me. So all I want is money and the loyalty. You should know my gang official. This ain't no scrimmage, we ain't playing with you. Watch this, cause I be hanging with you. If I ain't know you 10 plus, then I ain't hanging with you. Gang, if I know you, we ain't hanging, we ain't ganging, whatever you niggas name it. Catch a body, then you niggas better claim it. You better keep it solid. That's my brother, he got me like how I got him. That's the feeling when you coming from the bottom. Like I'm just trying to make it out. Thought it was love, what all I hate about. They got your death date, they'll try to take you out. You better get a suit to fit, cross me like a crucifix. Put me under pressure, fourth quarter, I'ma shoot the shit. Shorter days, longer nights, praying mama hold me tight. Wanna get the get back from my brothers, shit is only right. Bust the right, did them niggas go? Homie, cut the lights, it's hot at night. We on that purge shit, man, we want your life. Look, it's creeping shit. Got the rundown from who you sleeping with. She told me about the work and the money and where you keeping it. Snitch, it's hard to say you love her. Sometimes I get the realest conversations from my mother and it's frightening. I have my niggas watch you like a Brightman. We hit one, y'all all going down like indictments. Night got like 2 left, just glad it wasn't life. Sometimes I wake up sweating like my demons spent the night. And if it's ever up with me, you better know it's stuck with me. I send them to the devil cause misery loves company, so follow the code. I got a bullet that'll swallow your soul. Twitter, I know some niggas that'll follow you home. And my niggas from Little Rock will put you nerds in a box. So it's better keeping it shut whether you heard it or not. You must have forgot, we never getting cool with the ops. About to throw you a get together at the funeral spot. Gang!
Hey yo, the toy had dealer plates. I pulled up, destroyed, humiliate. We don't affiliate, cause y'all niggas ain't loyal anyway. I'm spoiled many ways. I cook coke, the oil plenty days. Your boy in real estate, I got deals that lawyers litigate. I count 100 grand in your face, employ you any day. I show you how to put your foot in the soil and get a rate. That lifestyle indicate pictures on interstates. Been it straight, feds can't find ties to incriminate. I roll with wise guys who intimidate. Pop up at your door like Bob, but you in the way. They came to your premises, they came there to finish it. Brains hang frivolous when my anger exhibited. Death is at your front door, a stranger presented it. Bangers unlimited, that danger is imminent. If I forgot I was rich, my haters remember it. Taylor chinchilla fit, taking paper to dealerships. You broke and you locked. That's what I call limited. You free and broke, you ain't take advantage of y'all privileges. I know poor immigrants that came here, started small businesses, so ain't no excuse for y'all ignorance. My lifestyle's a lot of trips, vacations, exotic shit, deposit slips, bank statements. I do a lot of shit, so they stay hating. Y'all niggas bitches kinda young. What y'all play dating? That be y'all little secret. But why these niggas sleeping? That's like a kid that can't swim, diving in the deep end. You got your bitch body done, but ain't get a teeth fixed. Till her mouth straight, she shouldn't consider speaking. But I ain't really into beefing, I'm Venice beaching. Last weekend, had $2,000 dinner meetings. But let me hear, it's my business that my friend is leaking. I cut him off like I had to talk and he ain't finished speaking. Business is personal. Listen, my killers ain't merciful. My business is personal. I just got approved for 200,000 loans, bitch. Business and personal. Listen, it's no secret. Special deliverables. I've been in charge. Flexible schedules and business cards. Y'all want sexual intercourse. I've been a boss. Nigga, I speak at intellectual seminars. Been involved. Price is too high. Talking to them farmers, it took a night to decide. I'm a crook, right? But I done booked flights to Dubai. I lift the doors on my coupe, it looked like I could fly.
That approach matched exactly how Jim framed the situation. He had already said Spesh was not important enough to receive his full attention. Sending a younger artist into the battle allowed Jim to stick with that claim while still making sure the disrespect received an answer. But there was another layer to it. The rapper was not only backing Jim Jones. The response also defended Jadakiss and pushed back against Spesh's belief that he had already won the lyrical matchup. That turned what began as Jadakiss versus 38 Spesh into something much wider. Now, different artists and camps were choosing sides, while every new interview or song pulled another name into the drama. The track itself leaned heavily into street credibility, loyalty, money, and consequences. Instead of carefully arguing over who had the better verse, it attacked Spesh's position and made it clear that challenging respected veterans could bring attention from more than one direction. Still, that created an obvious question. Spesh originally asked Jadakiss to respond with bars. Jim criticized Spesh, Spesh criticized Jim, and now another rapper had entered the booth. But Jadakiss still had not released a full diss record aimed directly at him. Spesh could easily argue that everybody around Kiss was responding except the man he first challenged. At the same time, this was exactly the kind of situation that could help an upcoming artist get noticed. Jim had publicly placed the opportunity on the table, and now his artist had a reason to rap like everything depended on it. A strong response could earn attention from fans who had never heard his music before, while a weak one could make Spesh's confidence grow even stronger. So by the fourth stage of the story, the original argument had completely expanded. One disputed verse had led to Jadakiss throwing slick lines, Jim Jones cracking jokes, 38 Spesh questioning Jim's credibility, and now a new rapper stepping into the middle with a full record. The response record made plenty of noise, but it also created a brand new debate. Was this really an answer to 38 Spesh? Or was it proof that Jim Jones did not want to meet him bar for bar himself? That question matters because Spesh had been very specific from the beginning. He wanted direct competition. He believed he had already out-rapped Jadakiss on their shared song. And when Jim stepped into the middle, Spesh challenged Jim's lyrical reputation too. So when another artist came forward instead, Spesh could easily frame that as Jim sending backup rather than answering the criticism. Still, Jim's move was smart from a business angle. He took a heated moment that already had hip-hop fans watching and used it to put a spotlight on one of his own artists. Jim did not need to release a full diss himself. He could stand behind his earlier claim that Spesh was below his level while giving a younger rapper a chance to show hunger in front of a much bigger audience. That is how rap politics really works sometimes. Every battle is not only about who has the best punchlines, it can also be about positioning, visibility, alliances, and who controls the attention. Spesh wanted a clean lyrical matchup, but Jim turned the situation into a test of influence. One rapper demanded bars, while the other showed he had a whole team ready to move around him. The track also made the camps feel more divided. Jadakiss had the LOX and decades of New York respect behind him. Jim had his own circle and artists willing to defend the name. Spesh had strong connections across upstate New York and the underground rap scene. Even though the public disagreement started with one verse, every new response made it look less like a one-on-one contest and more like several sides lining up. But the biggest name in the middle still had not gone all the way in. Jadakiss dropped slick lines that many listeners believed were aimed at Spesh, yet he never gave him the full direct battle Spesh kept asking for. That left the door open. Spesh could say the legends were talking around him, joking about him, or sending other rappers. But nobody had clearly shut down his original claim. And that is what kept this story alive. Nobody had delivered a clean final blow. Jadakiss leaned on his career, Spesh leaned on the verse, Jim leaned on status, and Jim's artist leaned on loyalty. Everybody was fighting a different battle, which meant the tension still had room to grow. By the time Jim Jones's artist stepped into the booth, this was no longer just a debate about one verse. What started with 38 Spesh saying he out-rapped Jadakiss had turned into a full chain reaction involving slick bars, public interviews, personal jokes, and now a response record meant to defend both Jim and Kiss. But even after all that noise, the biggest question still had no clean answer. Did 38 Spesh really prove he had the better verse? Or did he simply force a group of respected veterans to finally acknowledge him? Jadakiss answered with sharp lines and career talk. Jim answered with status and pressure. Then Jim's artist answered with a full record. Spesh may not have gotten the exact battle he asked for, but he definitely made everybody look his way. That is where this whole situation gets interesting. Spesh entered the conversation as the underdog, but he understood that being ignored was worse than being challenged. Every time somebody mentioned his name, cracked a joke, or dropped a bar, his profile grew. He turned one verse comparison into a much bigger spotlight, and that was a win by itself, whether fans agreed with his claim or not. Jim Jones played the moment differently. Instead of giving Spesh the direct lyrical response he wanted, Jim used the controversy to show influence. He made it clear that he had artists around him ready to move, and once the response track dropped, his warning became part of the rollout. That may not satisfy fans who wanted Jim versus Spesh bar for bar, but as a boss move, it kept Jim above the fight while still controlling the energy around it. And Jadakiss remained the calmest person in the whole storm. He never chased Spesh through interviews, never turned it into a long speech, and never acted like he had something to prove. His answer was basically that one verse cannot erase an entire career. But until Kiss drops a full direct response, Spesh will always have room to say the challenge was never fully accepted. So now, the pressure is back on everybody. Does 38 Spesh answer Jim's artist and keep the battle moving? Does Jim finally jump in with bars of his own? Or does Jadakiss shut the whole conversation down with one complete verse? Drop your take in the comments, hit the like button, subscribe to Dripzine, and hype this video up. This story started with one song, but the way these names are moving, it might not be finished yet.